well, this is a new way to film.
Look at her, just keeps on getting better with her hand in mine, so we're walking by the shore.
Hey ladies, today I am doing, finally, I know you guys have been waiting for this for how long, I don't know, the birth story of this magnificent little creature. So I am not going to hold off on this video any longer. My neighbors are being noisy, she didn't want a nap, but I need to get this video up for you guys this week, and this video isn't even going to be up on Thursday like my videos normally are. It's going to be up on Friday, but I have promised this video time and time again. I said last week it was going to be up this week, and so it's going up. So we are going to do the birth story of Revelynne today. I thankfully wrote down like the timeline of the actual labor and delivery in my phone as it was happening, so I wasn't worried about forgetting things. There might be a few details that I forget, but hopefully I remember most of it. So you're just gonna see her head in this. I also have to go to an appointment in 45 minutes, so I want to feed her as late as possible. So the only way to keep her happy enough to wait to eat till after I'm done filming is if I hold her. So I need to stand and keep her in the carrier front facing so she's distracted and she can look at the world. And there's a window right there, so it's like perfect. So December 31st, I went into my appointment to make sure that everything was okay. I was going to basically have an ultrasound to make sure that the fluid levels were high enough for her, and then also do the stress test to make sure that she was moving properly enough. And I went in on the 31st, so I was 5 days overdue at the time, and she did fine with fluid levels. That looked all good. There was no issue with that, but she did not pass the stress test. She moved, I think, once during the entire stress test, and basically my doctor just said, you're already 5 days overdue. Either we run a bunch of tests just to make sure that she's okay, or we just go ahead and send you in for an induction. And I was like, I'm 5 days overdue. I really would like to not be pregnant anymore, so I'll just go to the hospital. And at my appointment, she had measured me as 2 centimeters dilated and 60 to 70% effaced. So I was moving along nicely, and since she didn't pass the stress test, we just decided to induce. So I went in, I think around noon, and I got lunch and stuff. I just ordered lunch and ate and stuff, because as soon as you get an epidural, you can no longer eat. And so then at 1:40 a.m. they had given me Cervidil, which basically just softens your cervix to basically make you more effaced, which like the effacement is just the softness of your cervix. And so they gave me Cervidil, and so I had that, and you had to have the Cervidil for 12 hours, I think it was. And so at 12 hours, they went ahead and measured me again, and I had actually gone backwards. I was only 1 centimeter, but I was 85% effaced. So I definitely had thinned out more, but I had become less dilated, which I don't know if that's weird, but that's what happened. So that was at 2 a.m. that they measured me for that. They told me that there was a chance that the Cervidil would start labor naturally, especially because I was already 5 days late. So for some women it does, for some women it doesn't, and it did not start labor for me, so they did have to do Pitocin. And so they started the Pitocin at 4 a.m. and then by 7:30 a.m. I was almost 3 centimeters dilated, and I was 85% effaced still. So then at 7:30 when she checked me, she also broke my waters. Hey, you're all right. And then at 8:30 a.m. is when I got the epidural. Now, when I was 3 centimeters dilated, they asked me if I wanted the epidural, and I had said no, like I feel fine. There's like some slight contractions, but it's not bad. And she was like, well, it can go pretty bad pretty quickly, and because it takes some time for the actual anesthesiologist to get to you to do the epidural, she was like, we should just put it in now. And I was like, all right, fine. Like I wasn't in the mood to fight about it. So she put it in, and lo and behold, by the time the anesthesiologist actually got there to do the epidural, I was in a lot of pain, but they had not measured me again. So I have no idea what I was dilated at the time, but I guarantee I was a lot further along, because they had put it in at 3. They had put in like the order for the anesthesiologist at 3 centimeters, but I wasn't in a lot of pain, and then by the time she got there, I was in a lot of pain. So I have no idea what I would have been though, for sure. So I had the epidural at 8:30 a.m. I didn't have a lot of bad side effects. For Pitocin, I had nothing. The only thing I had with the epidural was I was very nauseous. I was throwing up liquid. It was it was not fun. But besides that, that was really the only thing, and it wasn't that bad. So at 2:30 p.m. I was 8 centimeters dilated, and they made the decision to let me labor down, which I am very thankful for because I think it played a big role on how easy my delivery was. And so I labored down for about an hour and a half, and then at 4:05 I started pushing. And you first start pushing, at least with our doctors in our hospital, you first start pushing just with the nurses, and your obstetrician is not in there during that. And then as soon as they see the head start to crown a little bit, then they call the doctor in to actually deliver the baby. So I had basically gotten head in place in like 5 minutes because I started pushing, like the first time I started pushing was at 4:05, and I'd pushed her out by 4:26. So I only pushed for about 20 minutes with her, and out she came, all 8 pounds and 11 ounces of her. So overall, I had a very easy labor and delivery, and I think I was very blessed with that because I've heard horror stories about people getting induced. A lot of first-time mothers, the normal time for pushing is anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. Even my obstetrician was shocked by how fast I had pushed her out. When they called the doctor in to say I was ready, she was like, "What?" And she looked and she's like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I mean, it was very quick. So in total, I was in labor for around 12 hours, and I pushed for 20 minutes, which I know I'm very lucky with that. And that's actually why a lot of people, they watch the birth vlog and they're like, "You don't even look like you pushed out a baby." It's because I didn't even have time to start sweating, just because I pushed her out so quickly. And that's why I didn't really look like I just had a baby, because I didn't push for the normal 1 to 3 hours that a first-time mother does. So I don't know how I managed to push her out that quickly, especially with how big she was, but I'm just thanking God that everything went very smoothly. So that is my birth story. It probably wasn't quite as exciting as you guys had hoped for, but I really can just say that's all thanks to God for keeping his hand on me and Revelynne the entire time, and it went very smoothly. And a lot of you guys were sending prayers during that entire time. So I really want to thank you wonderful ladies as well. Yes. So now I'm gonna go feed her because she's a little crank. Next week though, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, and it's a diaper bag giveaway, and I've been using this diaper bag pretty regularly. You're gonna get your own though, not my used one, don't worry. I've been using it pretty regularly. I really like it. It's got a lot of storage. So if you guys want a chance to win this diaper bag, make sure you come back next Thursday for that video, so you can have a chance to win some cool stuff. Free stuff is always good. So I will see you ladies next week. I hope you enjoyed my finally long-awaited birth story, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. But she's completely healthy smaller side, at least as far as we know now. She was of her 2-month when she was 32nd percentile. So she's never like asking for more food. She always gets plenty and is full for a good amount of time. So she's good. She's just a smaller baby. The last thing is just some milestones that she has reached. She finally laughed for the first time. Are you